Well, we have an amazing guest for many reasons. Film, law enforcement, Vegas, you name it, it's there. She's got a few things up her sleeve. I was trying to find out what they were, and she said, "You're not supposed to know anything." So I said, "Oh, okay." I won't ask you any more questions. Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. And Tamia has been on my show quite a few times. I know her in different ways and places. There's a couple of things. Number one, you are a producer, and how's your filming going? What's going? You've won a couple of awards. She's doing extremely well. What's up? What's up with that lovely laugh? See that? You'd never think this woman was in law enforcement. We'll get to that later.
Yes.
Can't leave it out.
Well, as always, I enjoy being on your show, and I love all the support you give myself and Stephen, who works with me in film.
Yes.
So, yes, we have been very busy over the quarantine time.
Yes.
So actually, like, a lot of filmmakers have kind of been stuck. They're like, well, what do I do? Especially like actors, and because you can't go out and audition. They've had to do electronic auditions.
And then you're acting, you've got to be 6 feet away. So the whole thing is complicated, but also it can be filmed within the time of what's happening.
Yes, exactly.
Because what's happening, let's hope, it won't happen again.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Well, there's 6 feet and staying at home and not saying hello from 10 feet away.
Right. Yes, it's been uncomfortable for a lot of reasons and a lot of people, to include creatives.
Yes.
So what I wanted to talk about was being creative during quarantine, and how we have been able to still create content during quarantine.
Yes.
And we actually have. It's been really fun. I remember when we first met, we actually met at the 48-hour film
That's
project,
correct.
right?
And I think you won that, didn't you?
Yes, I won an award, yes.
She's always winning awards.
I'm always thinking about, social issues, current events, and when you speak to that tends to...
That kind of grabs people a little
does.
bit, especially with this quarantine thing, and what's going on now is something... Number one, it's worldwide, so that makes it quite unusual. And number two, we're not supposed to talk to anybody, see anybody, or associate with anybody, except your family.
Right.
And sometimes you really don't want to be with your family. You want to be far away from them. And all of a sudden, you're all stuck together.
Yes.
So you've managed to, she's got this film going, and is it the 48-hour film?
Well, this is why I brought it up, yes, because actually we have more than one film. Because during the quarantine, bear in mind, it's been, 70, 80 days or however long.
I haven't counted the days, the weeks, the hours, nothing.
It becomes a blur.
It actually didn't affect me.
Oh, really?
No, didn't affect me at all. At all. So, continue your story,
well,
not mine.
In a way, I would say it didn't affect us, because what we immediately did was figured out how could we make the most of this.
Yes.
And we did it through filmmaking.
That's what I did.
So, right.
I've got some time I can do anything with.
Exactly. And yes, I've been writing. Steve and I have been working on projects. A lot of the local actors and I have been working on projects. We've put together, I've done personally 3 different films during quarantine. And of course, I always focus on current events and social consciousness.
Of course you do, yes.
So
and we've definitely got that now. No social events, that's for sure. And consciousness, no, we're all knocked out.
Well,
so continue with your story.
Actually, that's so funny, because this is a perfect season. I'm a woman of faith, and I believe that God works everything together for good.
Well, you're a minister, aren't you?
I am. I'm actually a chaplain and ordained minister, yes. So I'm always looking.
She's a happy
to see,
one.
Well, I think we're all happy. We should be.
I think so. So she's lovely. I love this. She giggles. She's laughs. You've got charisma.
Well, life is too short. You know what I mean?
I couldn't agree with you.
To be miserable.
Who wants to be miserable? Let the miserable people stay together. You can all be together. I'm going to stick with you.
You're so funny. Yeah, well, we were talking about the quarantine and people being stuck at home with their families and that. So as a minister, I look at that a different way.
Of course you do.
Now, bear in mind, of course, when I put on my police hat,
we haven't got to that yet.
If someone's in a violent relationship, that's not the best mix for them to be forced to be at home. You know what I mean? But we'll put that aside.
Another day.
Yes. But I want to look at the positive part. Is what we have been seeing is families reunifying and getting together.
I think that's wonderful.
Children who had been away from home and away from their family have come, and now there's grown children coming home to be at home with the family.
Taking care of their mom and their dad.
Yes.
And actually become a family again. It's something we did have. I had it growing up. I had a family. I had 3 brothers and a sister and a mom and a dad, and I had a family.
Yes.
And I was brought up as a family.
Right.
And you don't see that today.
Right. And they're having meals together.
They're cooking together.
Yes, they're cooking together.
They're cleaning together.
They're learning together.
Their houses have never been so clean.
I imagine so. But yeah, so that's been something positive that has come out of this COVID experience.
You're the first person who said that, because I only see positive coming out of this whole thing. I don't see any negative. I don't see any. I see a big change, but I see a great big change for the better. When you have to go to the better part, you have to go through things.
Yes, you do.
To get there.
Yes, you do.
And that's what we're doing right now.
Yes.
We're going through
growing
all these
pains.
They're crazy things, because they're things we're not used to. We're not used to this.
Right.
Locked at home with the kids.
Right.
For 24 hours a day. I mean, I just imagine that could be a nightmare sometimes, but they manage.
Right. They have managed, and they have their hearts have been turned back to the family.
Yes.
And we had gone so far away
from the
Yes,
family. Well, maybe that's why we're doing it. Maybe this is the whole reason.
Well,
we don't know.
God has a purpose. He's up to something.
See, I've got the minister on my side here, so I'm literally on my side, not on my right side, which is the correct side.
Yes.
So anyway, so back to all that stuff and everything else. Back to the films.
So the films that we've made during quarantine again, you're so funny because she keeps saying socially conscious. So I tapped into the current event.
Yes.
So the first film that we made in quarantine, we actually made, and it was based on, I don't know if you've had this experience, but a lot of us have, is these Zoom meetings, right? So
I just did one this morning. I did one from Denver. She wanted to interview me, so...
Which is so cool that you can. So Zoom has really connected our world. I mean, I preached.
Wait a minute, the stock market too. Their stock went up. I think it was 160 for Zoom. I think it was $30 or something. It's now, I think it's 246 or something.
Yes.
So look at all the money. I made money on it, by the way.
They're in the right spot right now.
They're in the right spot. They're right.
But Zoom
is
the
right time for everybody. But Zoom is fabulous.
Connected.
Well, Zoom is easy. But Zoom is easy to actually work.
Yes, it is.
It's not so anybody could. If I can do it, then it's okay.
Right.
I'm not too.
Right.
But Zoom is wonderful.
So our first film, basically.
Went on Zoom.
I was going to say, actually, no. So what I was going to say is, what was cool about Zoom is that I was able to preach in New Delhi on Pentecost Sunday. I preached in a Indian church from my home. Got up at 5:30 in the morning and actually preached the sermon. That's all Zoom, right?
Wonderful.
So see how it's connected the world?
What did that do to you? I mean, what did you feel? This must be so worthwhile of going through the training and everything of becoming a minister, and also to sort of help other people in a completely different country that you don't even know.
Well, I've preached in Kenya, and I've been to Uganda, and I've actually preached all over the world, but it was just that during this time of COVID, I was still able to preach via Zoom, to someone or to lots of people.
Yeah, we're plugging Zoom.
Yeah, we're not. They're not giving us. They're not sponsors, right?
They are now. Certainly are right
Give
now.
Give us the money. Okay, so talking about sponsorship.
I like the way you think.
So our first film that we did in quarantine was called Birthday Quarantini. It was our first film.
What a lovely name.
It was fun. It was fun. And so we got together a whole bunch of local actors. Yes, a whole bunch of local actors, and they were all at home on their own Zooms. And I was directing, so, I said, okay, we need this background at your house and this background at your house, because everyone had to do it from their own homes. They couldn't,
Well, you have to do Zoom from your own home anyway.
Well, you can do Zoom actually anywhere. I'm in parks doing Zoom
you
and stuff like
can
that.
do it anyway, but I mean, you have to be your own person with your own.
For the most part,
yes.
Usually a laptop or a cell phone or something like that.
Yeah.
So our the quarantine edition of 48, it was called Stuck at Home 48, right? So that we participated in that because I did the original 48, which is in person,
yes.
And then they did a stuck at home one, right? So Birthday Quarantini was the first one that we did together.
I like Quarantini, I love that.
Yes, because one of our ladies was, She was a librarian and she liked to drink.
Oh, so it became quarantine.
So it was her quarantini.
Quarantini.
Yes, yes. But the whole focus of the first one was around a nurse. Like I said, current events, right?
Yes.
It was around a nurse who had actually had to take a test for COVID.
Ooh.
And her friends didn't know that. They thought they were coming to her birthday party. And then, so the whole story surrounds this nurse whose birthday party it was. It's all on Zoom. See everybody acting silly on Zoom and that kind of stuff. And then, of course, it gets serious when she lets them know that she needed to find out if she was, positive.
And was she?
I'm not going to tell you. You got to watch the film.
This is one thing. When you have a producer and they're doing something, I can't tell you. What on earth are you doing on my show and you can't tell me what it's all about? Hello? And that's not going to make her tell me because she's still not going to tell me.
Exactly.
See, I can't even grind it out of her.
Birthday Quarantini was the first one.
Birthday Quarantini you've got to watch because then you've got to find out what's in it and did she have it or not?
Right. And of course, that's a current issue. Well, it is. These nurses and these doctors and these healthcare workers
they're people
that are contracting
There's still
COVID.
people. Well, there's still people. They mix with the people that have it.
Right.
So obviously some of them are going to get it.
Oh, we've lost some to it. Quite a few, actually.
That we don't know about.
No,
they don't.
Well, they don't publicize it, but
No,
yes,
they
it has
don't.
happened.
We know about it, but it's not publicized like it should be.
Right. So then we did another film called Together Apart, which was about dating in the time of COVID. So you had a couple that was social distancing. They had their first official
Distancing
date.
dating is the worst thing probably out.
Yes.
But you really couldn't meet each other because you're going to even get to each other.
Well, actually, they ended up. You have to watch it. But they ended up the boyfriend schedule. Yes, the boyfriend schedules a type of a meeting, and they end up connecting, but not connecting like physically together, but physically at the same place. So you have to watch it to see how we did that one. And then we had one more.
Not physically, but physically at the same place.
They were in the same place.
Yes. At the same place. So that's like a double.
Yes, that's why you have to watch.
I could spend the whole of the rest of the day watching her films.
So yeah. They're shorts though. Let me let you guys know they're shorts. They're not the full length long ones. So
okay.
And then the other one we wanted to talk about was called, and this was one of my personal favorites. Stephen worked with me on this.
When she talks about Stephen, she's talking about my producer. So Stephen.
Yes,
Stephen,
we share him.
Stephen is the best. Stephen is the best.
So we did a film called When Hugging is Outlawed. And so it was a story about...
And that's a kind of outlawed now,
that's what's
isn't
happening, yes, current events.
That's funny because I haven't even hugged you yet.
Right, exactly.
And I'm a hugger. I love to hug.
Exactly.
It's funny, some people come up to me, they're going to hug me, and I can't pull back because it's rude. But I trust them.
Yeah, I'm a mindful hugger right now. A lot of my law enforcement friends love to hug, and I'm like,
Hang on a second. Stay there.
Right.
I love you. I love you. Where's your gun? That's right. Stay.
Then we have an actress that we work with, and she played a role in one of our films that we put together, and her whole thing was she was spraying people down because they come up, she's like,
Wasn't a taser gun, was it?
No,
just
it was
water.
It was
water
a mister.
Gun.
Yeah, it was. She like missed them and fan them a little bit, and then she would hug them.
She doesn't mean miss them. The mist comes out of the gun. It's not that when she did it, she missed them.
Yeah, misting bottle.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so that was 3 films that we created while in quarantine.
That was amazing. Now you've got something here. You've got something about matter.
I know you're moving. Are you ready to move to the next topic?
Are you finished? Well, since we can't talk about the films and we can't do anything, I guess I'm definitely going. I'm moving on.
I gave them teasers. We want
we definitely have teasers. Teasy Ninon, teasy Ninon.
So I've come up with a new hashtag, and it's a hashtag You Matter. And can you imagine why I would choose hashtag You Matter? You're trying to see if it goes with the book. Don't go there.
No, I'm not going there. I'm just looking at the colour of this, and I'm looking if it goes with you. You should wear this colour more often. It's a good colour on you.
Okay.
But no, because this is... I love it. She giggles at everything. No, this is something you've thought up. Yes. I'm not going to even do a guessing game here. Okay. Because I think this is very personal to you. I think
it is, yes.
And we're not going to play around with it. We're going to go to what does it mean to you?
Yes. So hashtag you matter. It means that it doesn't matter what color skin you have, what profession you have. In the end, you matter. You matter in this universe. Who you are matters in this universe. And you are here for a reason. You know, I always tell people, I say, this is it. You know, your life was a gift from God.
Yes.
What you do with your life is your gift back to Him. And you matter to Him. Because He has a plan and a purpose for each
everyone.
one of us.
I don't know how He keeps up with all of us.
Right.
But it's funny how you say that. It doesn't matter. My philosophy has been, and I try to get people to understand this, that we do not choose what color or what sex or whatever we're going to be. We don't know. We are conceived, we are born, and we don't choose whether we're black, white, pink, blue. You can't choose that. But what you can choose is you have this body that you are now in charge of.
Correct.
And you are in charge of these two brains and these ears and this nose and one mouth.
Ninon's very unique. She has two brains.
I have one hair and one hair. Oh, come on. I got a left. Oh, now she's going to, I guarantee she's going to do a 48-hour movie on two brains.
Okay, good idea. Steven's nodding. Yes.
Two brains. Well, you got your left brain. At least I've got the left one up here, and your right brain.
Right,
So
right.
hopefully you use. Maybe they're just intermingled, and I just have one confused brain.
No, you're good.
Oh, the minister said that, so I'm okay. Whew, I can breathe again. Woo.
Yes.
But I love your idea of this because I've always thought that and it's never mattered to me what color anybody is, what religion they are. It's none of my business what religion they are. It's none of my business what color they are. But we're all human beings.
Yes.
Turn us all inside out. We're exactly the same.
Exactly.
Well, we're not all exactly the same because we've got the females and the males. So
Well,
but basically, you know what I mean. I mean, let's not sort of delve.
Our parts are interchangeable.
Well, yes, they are.
Yeah, they are, right?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
They definitely are.
Yes.
So what you're saying right here, I absolutely love it because
Yes.
I don't think it matters because we are all the same. And why just don't we all get on? Why
Right.
can't we just all get on?
And here's the other thing I like about the fact that we went through this quarantine. So I'm not going to say the reason why we were in quarantine, but
We
the
like
reason
it.
that
I
we
like it
were
too.
in quarantine is that a lot of people took some time to do some self-reflection, and that was to
yes.
really just, you know,
Who am I?
Exactly, right? You know, who am I?
What
is
do I
my
do?
Right,
What's my
right,
purpose?
Exactly. You know, and this is and so this leads me to my book.
I
Right?
know I keep peeking around the corner because I'm trying to find out there's another secret I'm not supposed to know about. Secrets out. So we've got one secret covered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you matter.
You matter.
And so I put together this is a workbook.
In celebration of you. No, yes. In
Yes,
celebration,
in celebration
of you.
of you, because you matter. So in celebration of you is a workbook that's designed to help you rediscover who you are and how really cool you are. Because
We're all cool.
We're all really cool, right?
Just let it loose. Let it out.
But the thing is, we forget this. There's so many of us who forget how super
You can
cool
laugh.
we really
Have you seen
are.
how much she's laughed in this interview? I mean, you don't hide anything.
No.
You have fun, but you also get serious.
Yes, you know, and life is for us to celebrate. It really is, and that's why I call the book.
We are all born the same way.
Yes, we are.
We breathe our first breath, and we all die the same way. Our last breath.
Right.
Well, what do you do in between?
Exactly. How do you handle your dash?
And
between your birth date and your death date.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you've got to make the most of it because let me tell you something. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Yeah, 39 and holding, but that's it.
Wow, we're the same
Wait a
age.
second. Wait a minute. That laugh was too heavy. That laugh. She's like, kidding. Like, oh yeah, you're 39.
I said
I
we're
love
the
it.
same age.
We're the same age. Yeah, you definitely look younger. But it's so enjoy it. I don't care. My favorite thing is going to your bedroom, which is the most tranquil place in the entire house, or should be, and just sit there. Don't think of anything. Don't do anything, because when you go into your bedroom at night, you're supposed to lay down and relax and get rid of everything and have a beautiful,
Right.
peaceful night.
Right.
You can also go into your bedroom during the day and just sit there. And if you're not thinking about it, you don't have to think about anything. Nothing. Just sit there and just let the air out, breathe, and
Right.
go back into the world and enjoy it.
And
Don't
rituals
be
are very
angry.
important, and
Don't
you're
be
right.
angry.
You have to release things because we bring in things. For example, oh my goodness, the news.
Oh, don't tell me about the
Turn the news off. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
because as a chaplain,
Yes.
I've had to counsel a lot of people.
I'm sure
who
you
are
have.
just in
They're
crazy
in knots.
places right
They
now.
don't know where to go.
Yes.
They don't left or right or who they believe, who they don't
Yes.
believe. They have no idea what to do or where to go anymore.
No.
They just don't know. Now, on that note, what was this book for? First, finish it
In
up.
celebration of you.
Back to
Go to Amazon, okay, and pick up your copy, and your purchase will be for a purpose because I am a self-funded filmmaker, and as I mentioned, I make socially conscious films. So please pick up a book because proceeds will go towards our ability
Making the next
to be
film.
able to make more films. Yes.
Your films are great films too. They have
Thank
a
you.
meaning to them and everything else.
Thank you.
So now, I know she doesn't like to touch on this subject, but I have to ask these subjects. We've had a lot of marches, a lot of violence, a lot of stuff. New York was a catastrophe with all the break-ins and everything else. Where were the police? Where was anybody? We got Seattle locked down. Where are the police? Where's the governor? Where's the mayor? I said this on with another guest I had, and I'm just asking, where is everybody? What happened? Why do we allow this? You're looking at me like,
I'm like, who is we? Who is we?
well, we is the people.
Interesting. So that question was kind of all over the place.
Now
But
you bring it back together.
So in an answer to that, your police are there for you.
Yes,
I
know that.
I'm here in Las Vegas. I worked for 23 years with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I still work with them to this day as a chaplain. I was just out last Thursday at a barbecue in one of the neighborhoods with the local police officers reaching out, to the community. So your police are there. They're still there for you.
I agree with you, but we're kind of knocking them. We're kind of
This is it.
we're kind of.
This is it. So
What's going on?
my brothers and sisters in blue are hurting right now, and it's because of the fact that and no one would ever want this to happen if it was you, right?
Course
Whether
not.
it's your color, that you're a woman, whatever your situation
matter.
may be, you wouldn't want somebody to go, well, every person just like you is bad. Which is what is happening right now.
Yes.
They're lumping and saying that every police officer is bad, that they're all up to no good, that they're all racist. All this is what we're
And
hearing.
it's not fair.
And all
It's
or
not
none,
fair.
we all know is wrong, right? Remember when you used to, they tell you how to cheat on tests, right? They said if it ever says always, all, whatever, it's wrong. You always put down false, right? Because it's going
False.
to be a false statement.
Always is
if
a-
it says
always.
always, all, that kind. So why do we accept it when we hear it in the media and we hear them, oh, this bad cop, right? Oh, they're all bad. What?
See, that's the point, and this is what I'm asking. So now in Seattle, all these people who, whatever's going on, how could they shut down a whole part of a city and nothing is done about it? And I'm talking about the governor and the mayor, because those are the two people kind of in charge.
Yes.
So I'm not talking about anybody else. So why have they've just come out today, actually. I think the mayor came out today or yesterday in Seattle and said they're going to try and do something about it. And I'm like thinking, now? Like,
Well,
a bit late.
for those folks, because I'm not there in Seattle,
Neither am I.
and I would say that they've decided to choose their battle. Basically,
Okay.
is it worth them to send people in there and possibly get a lot of people injured and hurt and killed, maybe even?
Well, they did.
Or I'm saying
Then people
right,
coming
right,
in.
exactly,
But
yeah,
Cool was an inside job. I
right.
think.
It was
Yeah.
all yes.
It was all part
right,
of
right.
their community of locking this down.
And you know
and that's
what?
when
That
they-
would be a great story idea.
Another one. I'm giving her all these ideas. Excuse me, can I get on your pay list?
Right?
I got to make money somewhere.
Ninon's always been a huge supporter of Stephen and I's films, so you know,
I'll
gladly put your name on there.
Put my name on there. Great supporter, Ninon.
Right, yes.
Ninon de Rosa. Gonna have the whole thing.
Yes, she comes to our screenings and everything.
Oh
It's
yes,
pretty
I'm
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm pretty good.
yes.
I love you. I love what you do. I love your energy. But your intake is you're right. All in Blue should not be put on the same level.
Right. Everyone's
Everyone's
not
a
the
little bit
same.
different.
And
So I
the
think
ones
that-
that I know and love, you know, I mean,
It needs to be sorted out.
Yes.
You know, I'm
And
sure there's a couple in the back. There's a couple of the bad
Oh,
apples
come on,
floating.
there
So, yeah,
always
there's
is.
a lot
There
of
always
but
is.
there's, in society, there's a couple of bad apples
this
floating
is
around.
my point. We police officers come from the community. You know, so
Yes.
if you have bad apples in the community and you recruit, let's say you recruit 100 police officers, out of that 100, you may get one of them bad apples, you know?
And they might go in there purposely to be a bad apple in the group. You don't-
That's on the nose right there, because there are infiltrators. There were
Is that what you call
infiltrators
them?
in the military. There were
Everywhere.
infiltrators. Yeah, there's always
They're
people
called
who come in
spies
there
as
with
well.
ulterior motives to come and learn the tactics and what police do, and
Yeah.
then to turn and twist that around to their benefit,
Yeah.
or to the benefit of whatever
Of
their
whatever
cause
their,
is.
whatever their cause is, who it is, why it is. You know, my interviews with Tamara are absolutely always been absolutely amazing. You're an amazing woman, and each time I have her on, I learn more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how this woman has time to do all what she does, but I admire it because life is so short.
Yes, it is.
And I think I was saying before, I know how short it is because I know where I am, and it's like, whew, where did it all go?
Very quickly. Yes.
But at the same time, if I die right now, which I hope we'll finish the interview first.
I do hope so too.
Yeah, well,
Well, I am certified in CPR though. Just in case.
maybe I don't want to be revived. I want to go.
No! Okay, she's giving us a DNR, right? Do not resuscitate.
Do not. I want a DNR. That's not a DNR is not the doctor. Either.
That's funny.
But if I die right now, I have had the most beautiful life any woman could have. I've had a few ups and downs, like we all do. But on a 100%, I think I'm a 95 happy. I've had the greatest life and done so many things I never thought I would do. But I've always been I love change. I'm very open, and I get excited if I'm going to have a dinner date or something. I still get excited.
Yes, you
I
have to
still,
get excited
yes,
about
I
life.
still get excited about lots of things. In fact, I went
I
out.
love my life. Say
Yes.
that at home.
I
I love
love
my
my
life.
Hey, we could go on the road, start singing.
I don't know about singing. Your previous guest, Habaka, she got the singing down, right?
I'll tell you what, we'll take her with us.
Yes. She'll make us sound legit.
She'll make us sound good.
Before we go, though,
Yes,
I
you've got
do
one
want to.
more. Oh, she's got one more thing.
Yeah, well, this one has to do with our local police department here, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
Okay.
And sadly, we had an officer that was injured while protecting protesters, and someone decided to shoot him in the head. So and he's a walking miracle. You know, the minute I heard about, well, I won't say walking because he's not walking yet,
Yeah,
but he
but-
will be a
Of course
walking
he will.
miracle.
Of course
Okay,
he will.
because
But he survived.
this is why I want to tell the story. So the reports were grim. Okay?
They were, I remember
Remember?
it very well. Shot in the head, back of the head, wasn't
Yes, yes. And the reports, we're talking about the media again, the reports were, he's dead.
it? That's correct.
Can you imagine that? So when I saw that they said he was dead, powerful prayer warrior that I am, minister of God, believer in miracles, okay? I said, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's not dead. He's not dead. I had my team praying. We were praying for him. Next thing, the report comes back about, 2 or 3 hours later?
Yes.
That he's in the hospital on an incubator, right?
So he's obviously not dead.
So he's definitely not dead, right? And then, of course, there was all this other little about, oh, well, they're just doing that so that his family can come see about him or whatever. I said, oh, no, 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 no. We prayed again. We said, Lord God, make him a miracle. Come on, bring him around, da-da-da-da. So what the Lord did is, in the progression is, so right now where we're at, I'll fast forward it, where we're at, is that the young man, his name is Shay Michelanis. Please pray for him, Officer Shay Michelanis. The young man can recognize his family. He still has the breathing apparatus on him, but he is alive and he is recovering. So miracles do happen. Keep praying for his miracle. And the miracle is that, like I said, he will be a walking miracle, testifying to his healing.
He will be a walking miracle.
Right?
What an amazing...
God is
Isn't
good.
that an amazing story when, you know, you have very sad things happen, but it ends up, it's ending up in a very happy ending. And of course the family and everybody must be absolutely
keep the family in prayer too.
Yeah, keep the family and everybody in prayer, and keep him in prayer. And also keep in prayer that this doesn't happen again.
Yes.
You know, so make sure that we don't... I'm not a big lover of guns. I don't... I probably shouldn't announce that I don't have one at home, but legally...
You should announce.
Should I announce I don't? Should I announce? Oh, I have 10 guns at home.
Right. House is full. Every corner.
Every corner, everywhere I go, there's a gun. And I've also got a couple of bodyguards there too. So
There you go. And big dogs, right?
Oh, are you kidding? I forgot to tell you about the
Yes.
dogs. No one, not even me, will want to go to my house.
She doesn't get escorted in.
I don't be allowed into my own home.
Yes.
You know something, this has been one of those interviews that has been more fun and more gracious and more beautiful, and we learned between the two of us. I don't know who's interviewing who, but, but she's got the stories, that's for sure.
So I
You're
do have a
amazing.
YouTube channel that I
Yeah.
do interviews on. Tamia Dow TV online.com, or however
Okay.
that works on YouTube or whatever.
You can also have your own channel, can't you now? You have
Yes,
your
you
own
can have your own
you can
channel,
have your
yes.
own TV channel. I'm thinking of doing one, actually. I haven't quite worked out how you do it, but I'm sure there's enough people out there will help me.
Stephen's got it going on over there for you, the Ninon.
Well, no, yeah. I've got YouTube, I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, I've got LinkedIn. I guess we got it all, haven't we? And then we have the Peppermill Lounge.
I love this place. I was so excited when you said, we're coming back.
Yes,
I was
we're
like,
coming
yes.
back. And I was so when I got the phone call from Peggy and she said, you know, Nina, we'd love to have you back, and would you come? I was so excited because I know nothing's happening on the Strip, and we're able to get any, and this is all for you out there, any talent out there, or anybody in the music business or entertainment business, or even just in a business, and you would like to come on our show, get in touch with Lynn. In other words, go to talent@vegaslivewithninon.com and let us know you want to come in, and we will support you.
Yes, yeah.
Support you, we'll support them all. And thank
And
you
you
for
always have
coming
such
in.
exciting people on the show,
I know.
so I love that. I like to come early when I'm on the show so I can watch everybody else get interviewed, because he always has the most amazing people.
Well, she just comes down to, because she wants to know how she should be interviewed.
Oh, you know what? I have a Vegas Live with Ninon testimony, though.
Oh,
For our first show, we've told this story before.
Tell it
but
again.
I met Stephen, who's now my film partner here on set, him and Kona. And then I also met the lead actress in my multiple award-winning first film, Why Should I Care? Right here on the
Vegas
set.
Live
She
with
was,
Ninon.
she was sitting right here waiting to be interviewed, and that's how her and I met. And then she ended up being the lead in my show, and we've gone on to
and that's a great testimony,
win a
because
lot.
that's what we do. This is actually what we do on our show. We help people meet each
Connected.
other,
Mhm.
connected, meet each other, singers, get performances. It's amazing what happens with this show.
Yes.
And I get people coming, oh, Ninon, if it wasn't for you and I wasn't on your show, I wouldn't have this job.
So true.
And so wonderful. And that just makes me, I just get chills all over. I love it, I love
So I
it, I
wanted
love
to
it.
make sure she knew that.
Oh, she's lovely. She's wonderful. So maybe she'll get me in her next 48-hour movie.
I already have
I
a
know.
part for you.
She already has a part for me. What am I doing? Cleaning the floors?
No! Wait. No! No, you'll enjoy your part.
You'll enjoy it more than I will.
Yes, I will.
I'm not quite sure. On that, we're going to be closing out. This has been a long interview, but it's been a fabulous interview. We have covered so many
Yes, we have.
sections of life, if we still have life, which we do, because don't forget this this virus we have going around is worldwide. So don't think Vegas is the only place that has it, or America is the only place that has it. Not true. The whole world has it. So we're all worldly now, and we all have the same thing going on. Cope with it. Take advantage of it. Take out, you've got this free time, you've got all this, you've got time to change your job, you've got time to do something different, you've got time for change.
You got time to go through the workbook. Hey, you know what? Why don't you start by going through the workbook and then writing your story? Because everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story. And then contact me and we'll work on your book.
How do they contact you?
Oh, well, you can find me at Tamia Dow at, or TamiaDow.com.
Tamia
Yeah,
Dow.
TamiaDow.com.
She's forgetting who
Yeah,
she is.
yes.
So this is TamiaDow.com, and you can find her.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram.
She's Instagram, LinkedIn,
Twitter,
Facebook,
all those
Twitter,
stuff.
all those
Facebook,
wonderful.
I'm Chaplain Dow, though. So if you look for me on Facebook,
Chaplain
I'm
Dow.
Chaplain
Dow,
Dow.
D-O-W.
Correct. Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes,
cool.
you did.
Sometimes
Yes.
the men, sometimes it's pretty cool.
And I
Sometimes
do
not.
respond. So if you reach out to me, I do respond.
Amazing. Absolutely. Well, thank you very, very much. Isn't she
My
lovely?
pleasure. Yes.
We'll be right back next week. Take care. Don't forget, YouTube, subscribe.
Stay
Because
safe.
it's worth it. And stay safe.
Have you ever just had enough? Enough of being trivialized, talked about, beaten, kicked, spit on, and choked out? Well, I have. And I finally did something about it. No more!
I'm waiting. You are worthless. I don't even know why I keep you around anymore. You can't do anything right. What is wrong with you?
Who has the power now?
So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.